What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Julien Stoutt, licensed personal trainer, licensed PE teacher, world record powerlifter, special education teacher, here to take the fear out of fitness. And we are about to take off, and class is in session. What's going on, everybody? Happy Black History Month, because you know. So, with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, straight up. Once I've addressed the things that I'm going to address in the topics that I'm addressing today, or the topic I'm going to address today, it's not going to get pretty. So I'll give you your trigger warning before I get to it. But for now, I'm your boy Julien Stoutt. I am a world record powerlifter. I am a certified personal trainer in 7 different disciplines. I am also a licensed PE teacher, and I am also in the act of being licensed as a special education teacher as well. And there's a lot going on up here when it comes to the world of fitness. I know a lot. Right now, currently, I am injured. I am not working out because doctor's orders do not do so unless you want a more catastrophic injury to come your way. Feel free to do what you want to do and be hard-headed. That's what I was told, literally, okay? If it hurts, stop doing it. So I have gamefully neglected to work my upper body, because I need my arms to work my upper body, right? For the most part. Now, am I doing planks, stuff like that? Yeah, I could do that. And can I do some sit-ups? Yeah, I could do that too. But stuff that makes the world go round, I need my arms. So at this point in time, I'm taking a pause. I hope to actually get back in the gyms in the next 2.5 weeks. I'm excited to see where that goes. But in the meantime, you see what the title is, Eating on a Budget. Now, whether you are anywhere between 15 to beyond 15, a lot of us are in the mindset that we want to change our lives and be healthier and be more fit and be more in the presence that we are representing ourselves physically as we want to envision ourselves, whether it be now or in the near future. So with that being said, you got to eat in order to get swole. You got to eat in order to be thick. You got to eat in order to be tight. You got to eat in order to be healthy. Okay? This myth about starving yourself, it ain't working. You don't have to do none of that. You have to eat within the parameters that your body allows you to eat. And I don't mean the heft of food that your body will be able to put away. I mean that you need to eat within the confines of your appetite and your energy yield, right? So, what does that mean, Julien? You still need to eat all your macros. You still need to eat carbs, you need to eat fats, and you need to eat proteins. Now, I covered proteins last week. If you haven't watched it, go your ass now and go watch the show. I don't care that you're watching me right now. Go watch the other show so that way you can come back to this one and understand what I'm putting down. You feel me? Okay. So, with that being said, you need your macros. You also need your micros. You need your B complexes. You need your C's. You need your 8X. You need your zinc, your copper, you need your iron, you need all of that. So how are you going to get it when everything is gone up? You're going to be broke if you turn around and you eat like you want to eat. Well, the good news is, if you know how to cook, this will be relatively easy. And if you have time to cook, it'll be relatively easy. And I don't mean, and the one thing that I don't want to hear is that I don't have time to cook. The truth of the matter is, you do have time to cook. You just don't make time to cook because you're too busy doing every other thing other than what you're supposed to be doing. Now, I'll give you an example. Now, if you if you want to, if you really want to, I'm going to break this all down for you. Now, this depends on your diet and whether or not your body is aligned with these things. So I'm going to be speaking from an omnivore perspective, right? An omnivore perspective. But at the same time, I'm going to be speaking from an omnivore who's broke's perspective, because I've been broke. And I mean broke. Not just, you know, I don't have a Lambo in the driveway, because I don't. I don't even have a Corvette in the driveway, because I don't. But that don't mean that I got to be broke. I'm living just like everybody else is, but I'm not broke. Here's where we go. I'm gonna show you how to do this when you're broke, like you broke. First and foremost, breakfast could be one of several different things, and I'm gonna put you on game right now. So I'm gonna share my screen with you, and you're gonna see everything that I'm doing right here, bigger than stuff, right? So let's go to it. Let's make sure that you guys can see my screen. Connect to the device. All right, here we go. All right, I'm here. My face is here now. So now, first thing I'm going to put in the cut is steel cut oatmeal. Okay. How much is steel cut oatmeal? 25-pound bag of steel cut oatmeal is $36.99. Now, Julien, I don't got $36.99 to be buying no freaking oatmeal. Well, I guess you don't want to get swole. Okay? This is just, don't stop crying. But I'm going to turn around and I'm going to also keep track of everything on a calculator as well. So that way we don't hear no nonsense about, oh, I don't do that. Okay. So I got my calculator right here, and I'm going to go to steel cut oatmeal. So I'm going to just type it in. 36.99 plus, right? So now let's move on. We got the steel cut oatmeal. A 25-pound bag of steel cut oatmeal should last you almost 6 months to a year if you are eating this on regular, right? Hear me out. Just pause for a minute. Because I used to purchase 5-pound bags of steel cut oatmeal. I used to buy almost 10 pounds of it at a time. And I did not get through steel cut oatmeal legitimately for almost two and a half months, almost 3 months, 2.5 months, right? So if I'm getting through almost 5 pounds of steel cut oatmeal in 2.5 months, multiply that by 5, you're looking at almost 10 months for a bag of steel cut oatmeal, unless you're eating a crap ton of it. And if you are, then let's say it lasts 7 months, 6 months. Let's say it lasts 6 months. A 25-pound bag of oatmeal will last you 6 months. Okay? So obviously, 36 divided by 6 is $6 a month on oatmeal. Okay? So that's steel cut oatmeal. Let's go to eggs. Oh, Lord, here we go. I can't afford my eggs. Let's go to eggs. Prices. Egg prices. I'm shopping. I want egg prices. I want eggs wherever I could get them. Me personally, I shop at Costco, right? So if I'm going to get Costco eggs, let's go egg prices at Costco. Okay. 24 count of eggs is not no dang blasted $3.99. We ain't gonna lie like that. It's 14 for 5 dozen. $15 for 5 dozen, right? So $15 for 5 dozen. And 5 dozen, a dozen of eggs, if you're eating 2 eggs a day, 2, that's 30 days. You're talking about 60 eggs. That should last you a month. So right now, you're at what is that, $21 a month right now? You're at $21 a month because $36.99 divided by 4. Divided by 7 equals, you're looking at $5.28. Plus, and this is a month, mind you, plus $15. Plus, right? So let's get into it. Let's say we get some honey. Because you can't eat your... Okay, raw honey. That is $20. You're not going to go through that whole jar of honey in a month. I'd even give it 2 months, right? I'm being generous. Yeah, let's go say 2 months, right? Gonna go through it in 2 months. So 20 divided by 2 is $10 plus $10. Now, fruit. I personally would advise you to get some apples because apples makes things taste good especially when you're making oatmeal, right? Small bag, how big is the bag? Let's see, 4 pounds. So 4 pounds is $7.93, right? At 4 pounds, honestly, especially if you're eating them regularly, you eat, let's say, 1 apple with your cereal, and then you eat another apple with your, like a snack or something, right? So let's say you eat it with a snack. You're looking at how many in the bag right there? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'd say you need at least 2 of these a week. So you're looking at $15 a week. Yeah. Not $16 a week. No, $7.93 a week. I'd say $7.93 a week. So let's go with $8 a week. We're talking about $24, right? $24 for the month. $8 a week plus $24. $24. We're on breakfast right now. We are literally just on breakfast. All right. Then, for those of y'all who want some meat, we'll say bacon. 2 strips of bacon will cost you $15 a month. I'll say $15 a month. Plus $15 a month. Plus 15. Now, where I live at, there's no tax on food. Okay? And I don't mean fast food. I'm talking about food, right? So far we have oatmeal, and a lot of oatmeal. We have oatmeal, we have eggs, we have bacon, we have fruit, and we have honey. Then you could go to Walmart and literally get you some cinnamon for $1 plus $1 for the cinnamon. That, my friends, is your breakfast. If you're worried about something to drink, I suggest you drink water. If you can't drink water, now it's going to start getting expensive, but hold on that thought. Now we're going to move on to lunch, right? We're going to move on to lunch. Lunch and, as a matter of fact, I'll go lunch and dinner. Chicken breast. Chicken breasts. Chicken breast from Costco. Let's go with boneless, skinless chicken breasts from Costco. And that is that the 10-pound bag? No, that's your 6.5-pound bag, right? So let's go with 6.5 pounds. That's going to cost you about $50. All right. Let's say that costs you $50 because you're going to eat a lot of chicken. Plus $50. I suggest you load up on seasonings. And personally, I like to load up on Kinders. So you have the blend, which is $6.80. That's one flavor palette. Then you have your hickory brown sugar barbecue rub. That's $5. So you're looking at $12 so far. You got black cherry chipotle for another $5. So you have $15. And then last but not least, I'll say, just for a little bit more flavor, another flavor palette. I don't want that. I don't want that. Buttery garlic and herb for another $6. So that's another $21. Let's add that $21. Now, mind you, you're not going to go through all of these seasons in a month, but just to show you what you're looking at in a month, $21 plus, let's even give it $25. I'm going to even go up to $25. Okay? Ground beef, Costco. Ground beef at Costco. For their organic ground beef, which is basically 3 pounds, is like $30. But let's go past that. You're looking at $40.52. That's roughly about 4 pounds of meat. You're not even eating all 4 pounds of meat in that month. But let's add on the $40 to that. Plus $40. Now, here's where things get interesting. Tuna. Tuna at Costco. Let's see how much that costs. How much tuna comes in the Kirkland brand for $29? We got to find out because it's not just that simple. About 7 ounces, right? So watch this. We're going to go back And we're going to open another tab. Okay? We're going to open that tab and then ask, how much is a serving of tuna in ounces? Three to 4 ounces is generally considered of drained fish, while canned tuna is 5 ounces. Typically contains about 3 to 5 ounces of tuna after the water or oil is drained. So let's go back to the cost of tuna. That's $29, and that is not 7 ounces. It can't be. It's 7 ounces of what, though? Let's go to it. There's 8 cans for 7 ounces, right? Now, my advice to you is that you should be mixing this up as you go. So what I mean by mixing it up, you shouldn't be eating tuna fish every day, right? So there's 8 7-ounce cans for $29. It says 3, so basically there's 2 servings per can. So that's 16 servings. So that means if you eat tuna fish twice a week, you're getting your serving size, right? So twice a week for 8 weeks. So that means 2 cans. 1 can should last you for a week. 1 can should last you a week. There's 8 weeks of tuna in here. So let's break it down to, that's what, $15, $14, $14.50 a month, right? Plus $14.50, 14.5, right? You're not just going to eat all of this by itself, so let's get to it. How much does rice cost? Because yes, rice is a low budget friendly food. Kirkland's signature jasmine rice. I like jasmine rice. Jasmine rice is actually one of the best rice that you can eat. 25 pounds of jasmine rice is going to last you a long time. And they want $50 for it. I'm going high end, $50. So, and when I say a long time, buddy, if you're eating for you, now we're not talking about eating for a family of such and such, right? But I'm literally speaking on eating for you. I'm going to put the whole $50 in here when I know full well you're not going through 50 pounds of jasmine rice in less than 5 months, okay? But I'm going to put the whole $50 in here just to show you how cheap it is. So we have all the meats. We have a little bit of fruit. I'm going to turn around and add a couple more fruits and a couple more vegetables in here. Orange, so that way, orange. That's orange juice. I want orange. They were oranges. Shopping. Let's see what it comes out to. £8 bag, about $12. That'll last you for, if you're eating it legitimately, that'll last you about 2 weeks. So let's say $24 for enough oranges to last you a month. Plus 24. Now, mind you, a lot of this food, I have not even broken down by the month. I've broken down some of it by the month, but I haven't broken down all of it by the month, right? What else do you want? What else would you like to eat, roughly? Oh, I got one good one. Nah, we could, and then you could eat salmon once every 2 weeks. I'll even put in the salmon once every 2 weeks. I already know the price of a fillet of salmon is roughly about anywhere between $14 to $15. So let's add that up to add another $30 to this. Notice I haven't put in steak. The only steak that I've actually put in there is salmon steak. And actually, if you go to Costco, you get honey baked salmon. That's literally, you just pop it in the oven, put it on broil for literally 5 minutes, and you got yourself a meal. Now, I'm also going to add in one more thing, just so we know. Costco broccoli. It's the broccoli. You get a stack of broccoli. Okay. Shopping. Let's look at it. $14.95, and you will probably eat that. I'll even be fair with you and say you're probably gonna go through 2 or 3 bags of this. And I'll on the safe side, I'll go 3 bags, right? So add another $45 to this, and we're done. Plus 45. Now note, I've already said this before. I have added up not only things that will last a month, but I know for a fact a lot of this stuff is, I haven't even multiplied, I haven't divided by 6 to 7 months. Because like I said, the rice, 6 to 7 months. So let's add this up. You're looking at $348 for everything. I got your seasonings, I got your seasonings, I got your oatmeal, I got your eggs, I got your bacon, I got your fruit, I got your cinnamon. That's just beautiful. Apple cinnamon oatmeal is delicious. Okay, I'm not, and I gave you even honey to put on there. You got your chicken, you got your fish, you got your ground beef that you're not eating every single day. You got your salmon, you got your tuna fish that you're not eating every day. You got your rice that you are eating every day. Put this all together, you got $348 a month if you want to go crazy and buy 50 pounds of rice a month. I could drop this by at least $100 based on some of the stuff that I put in there. And if I really want to get down, let's put some pancakes in there. Pancakes and syrup. Nope. Crusin's complete buttermilk pancake mix, 10 pounds. Again, you're not eating 10 pounds of pancakes in a month because you still got 25 pounds of steel cut oatmeal to get through. So let's put that in there too. I'm gonna put that in there with that, for that, right? $9.99. You hear me? $9.99. I'm gonna put the $10. I'm gonna splurge and put the $10 in there. Plus $10. Plus, I already know, plus, and the syrup is gonna cost you another $13. Plus $13 for the syrup, which will last you quite some time, especially if you're eating pancakes twice a week, even. You're not going to go through all that syrup in a month. It'll take you 2 months to go through that syrup. Now, mind you, I'm splurging on 10 pounds of pancakes a month, and I'm still touching $371. You telling me you can't get swole on $371 a month? You bugging. You straight bugging. I don't want to hear no excuses. Man, there's a lot of money. Again, your seasonings is going to last you anywhere between 2 to 3 months. Your pancakes is going to last you anywhere, again, you eating alone, your pancakes is going to last you anywhere between 2 to 3 months. Actually more than that, maybe 4 to 5 months. Then your steel cut oatmeal is going to last you in about another 4 to 6 months, maybe 7 months. Your eggs are going to last you a month. If you're eating 2 eggs a day, plus 2 strips of bacon a day, that's a month. You got your steaks, your salmon steaks every, like I said, once a week, or even once every 2 weeks, if you really want to get down with it. Once every 2 weeks, you can put down on some salmon with some rice and some broccoli and some seasonings on the, you're killing. And if you really want to get desperate, if you really want some desperation food, like add some barbecue sauce to it. That's $5. Shut up. I'm not even going to put that on there, because with all the money I saved you, with the extreme amounts of cost that I put on there for, $371, when I know already $50 is BS, at least $60. I'd say $70 is BS. $301 is a month. $301 a month. And I'm pushing it. I'm stretching it. And when I say stretching it, I'm exaggerating how much it is. $371 a month, and you can't afford that, you shouldn't be eating. Don't even talk to me. Don't even cry about anything. That's a lot of money. Stop drinking the soda. Let's see how much soda costs. I already know how much soda costs here in Colorado. In Colorado Springs. So let's see. Let's clear this up. So $371 is your budget. Clear this up. A lot of y'all, you know what? I ain't even gonna play this game with y'all. Screw all that. Screw that. I'm not even playing this game with y'all. We're gonna do it real big. Monster energy drinks. Monster energy drink prices. That's crack prices. I'm even going to go Monster Zero Ultra energy drink. Has how many, how many come in there? A pack of 24? Is that what that says? Pack of 24. So you're talking about $46 a month just on energy drinks. Because I'm going to be kind and say that you're not drinking them. You're drinking them once a day. That's if you have a once a day habit. $46 a month. And that is at Sam's Club. We ain't even talking retail. 7-Eleven. How much does Monster cost at 7-Eleven? Approximately $4.79 a can. Let's go to the retail tape, right? $4.79. Let's go $4.80 just for expediency. 4.8 times, and like I said, you're drinking it 5 times a week, 5 times a week for 4 weeks. Times 20, right? You're looking at $96. Get that out of your diet right now. I just saved you $96. There goes 1/3. There goes 1/3 of your need to eat on a budget. If you broke. And I'm talking about if you broke. Okay? Now, McDonald's, after you get a McDouble, how much is a Mc? You know what? Again, we're going to go right back to it. Prices near me. $5 meal, small fries and a drink. So let's go for it, right? Your $5, so we had 96, right? Just on that, clear that. $5 times 20, again, 5 times 20, I already know the answer is 100, but we're just for you, 5 times 20 equals 100. So you're at plus 96, because your energy drink habit too. You're at 196. You're at $196. $376 minus 196. You got $180 that you're really coughing up. You're forking over. You're actually, take away all of your bad spending. Take away your bad food spending. We're not talking about all your bad spending. We're taking away your bad food spending. You are literally spending out of pocket $180. If you eliminate your McDonald's habit, if you eliminate, or your KFC habit, your Taco Bell habit, your, I don't care where it is, habit. It's a food habit. If you sacrifice your food habit, you are literally forking over an additional $180 to eat clean, or as clean as humanly possible, for an entire month, when I already showed you and demonstrated that even that number's BS, because I already showed you a 25-pound bag of oatmeal and a 50-pound bag of rice. You ain't getting through all of that in a month. Okay? You're not. So now, let's look at it. Let's look at it for real now. With just those two things, if I reduce it down to the nitty-gritty, I actually broke even. Because I'm almost certain it's going to cost you closer to $100. It's going to cost you closer to $200. I'd even say $250 to get all of this stuff for one entire month, minus your water. So what's your excuse? Whether it's going to cost you your bad eating habits plus $180, or, and like I said, that's a month, or it's going to cost you almost next to nothing eliminating your bad eating diet to get all of this. Oh, snap. I forgot. You need supplementation, guys. You absolutely need supplementation. Costco vitamin prices. Let's go with that. I already know the answer to this too. Because you could get a 30-day supply of vitamins for like $18. I'm not even going with any of these. That's the Kirkland brand ones, right? $18 right there. Boom. Super B Complex, $26. You don't even need that. All these brands at Costco. Adult vitamins, $20. Capsule. Let's see what they got in capsules. Okay. So again, $18. So now add another $18 a month. Oh my God, you're just disgusting so much. I can't take it. Oh my God. That's it. That's the end. We're done. We are done. Done with all the food. Okay. Stand this thing sometimes. All right. So now that it's the ball's in your court, stop eating the crap, eat the good stuff. And again, and I haven't even broken down all of your food into caloric intake needs based on your goals, right? I haven't. I legitimately haven't. It could last you even longer. Depending on how much your appetite is and how much you need to eat and all of that. You got enough chicken to last you a month. You got enough beef to last. If you're eating it in turns, you know what I mean? You ain't got to eat all beef all month and all chicken all month. If you mix it up, you get a little variety so that way your palate doesn't get bored. You literally have $300 a month. You can do it. Is it going to be, Shea Whitey's? No, it's not going to be Shea Whitey's, but it will sustain you. It's going to be tasty because those seasonings that you're putting on there ain't going to be no bland seasonings because Kinder is some pretty good seasoning. You got a good breakfast. You got good fiber. You got good, good carbs. You got good fruits. You got good vegetables. Every single day for almost every other meal, you got fruits and vegetables. You got supplementation. If you really want to get down and put some butter on it, okay. That's going to cost you generously. That's going to cost you another $18 a month. And I'm being generous with the butter. I'm like going crazy with the butter. So, $318 a month to eat good. No excuses, guys. No excuses. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to freaking hear it. You can do it. It can be done. It will be done. It shall be done. But I don't have a Costco membership. I know your mama got one. I know you got a best friend that got one. Slip them a little $5 or $10 to get in. And then spend your loot. And then get up out of there. Don't look at the big screen TVs. Don't look at the pots and the pans. Don't look at the wine. Don't look at the beer. Don't look at the bagels. Don't look at none of that. Don't even look. Just grab what you need to grab and get out. Pack it all up in the truck. Pack it all up in the car. Take your behinds home. See you next month, homie. That's it. We're done. But Julien, I can't eat this. Why can't you eat it? You have allergies? Now we're talking about a whole different story. Now, this is where it's going to be a little bit problematic for you because budgets matter when it comes to dealing with food allergies. If you got food allergies and it's going to tear your body up, eating whatever you're eating, then obviously start eliminating those things and then replacing them with foods that will supplement that thing that you're lacking from not eating that food. Does that make sense? So like if rice is not your thing, you can't eat rice, guess what? Gotta figure out something else. Can't eat oatmeal, gotta figure out something else. But it shouldn't be too expensive if you're doing it right. I'm a whole vegan. Well, you could go buy some beans. And I can tell you right now, beans at Costco is about the same price as rice at Costco. Let's go with beans, Costco. You got like 12 cans of beans for $10. You could buy a whole bag of like pinto beans. Let's see what pinto beans cost. Pinto beans at Costco. 25-pound bag. Would you look at that? $51. Again, you ain't eating 25 pounds of $50. You're not eating $50 worth of beans in a month. You're not. Dude, I still got pinto beans that I haven't eaten yet. Okay? Just keeping it real with you. Now, on to the last segment. So, trigger warning. I'll give you a trigger warning now. I'm about to get real for a minute. I'm sure you've seen the racist depictions of a former president of the United States who happens to be black and his wife. And it's disgusting. As a man, as a black man, and as a black man that's in literally Black History Month, it's disgusting. Now, what I will say to you is, there are, in my opinion, 3 kinds of racists. 4, actually. You have the stupid racist, the one who legitimately is too stupid to know they're stupid, right? You have the elitist racist, the person that thinks that they're so superior because they have reached a level of success in their minds that puts them above all of other people's races, because like people in their own race isn't unsuccessful, right? Number 1. That's number 2. Number 3 is the unconscious racist, the one that doesn't even know that they're being racist. And then last but not least, you have the learned helplessness racist, the one who thinks that no matter what happens, that people outside of their race can't do anything without their help. When in all honesty, let's be real, sometimes you just got to get out of our way. You're standing in my way. You're not even standing in my way for a reason. You're not even standing in my way to obstruct me. You're just standing in the way. Move. But you need my help. No, I don't. Move. Now, I want to make sure you guys understand what I'm saying. I ain't saying every white person is racist. Shoot, I ain't even saying every black person is racist. I'm not saying every Hispanic person is racist. We got racists of all kinds, shapes, and stripes in every creed, color you can think of. And then you got good people that sits in every creed, color you could think of. And I just want to address, I'm addressing, I kind of dealt with the white people a little bit, addressing it this way. Now I'm about to address my black people. First of all, some of y'all are black and don't even know where you're black from. Some of y'all don't even realize you're black from a Central American country. You're black from a South American country. Shoot, you're black from Mexico and don't even know it. That's why you got the quote unquote good hair, stupid. And then you got the nerve to join and chime in the foolishness that was the, oh my God, I don't understand nothing from Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show. Why didn't he sing anything in English? Because he doesn't have any songs in English. And he doesn't need any. Just like when we use our African-American vernacular and some people can't understand us, we didn't do it for you. We didn't do it for you. If you understand what we putting down, it's for you. Or if you're even trying to understand what it means, it's for you. But if you ain't trying to hear none of it and trying to understand it, it's not for you. It's definitely not for you. But you got the nerve. Number one, we just had Kendrick Lamar last year. You want all the Super Bowl halftime shows? Now, who sounds stupid right now? Who sounds racist? Shame on y'all. And the reason why I'm coming down on y'all harder is because you know better. It's been done to us for so damn long. You want to feel special by doing it to somebody else now? That's how you feel? Yes, we know that a certain amount of Hispanic people, and I speak as a Hispanic person, mind you, certain amount of Hispanic people voted against their own self-interest, right? We know that. We've held them to task on it, and we're telling them to deal with it. Yes, deal with it. Deal with those consequences and come out the other side fighting mad. Because you should learn your lesson. Hopefully you ain't going to bust your head wide open to the white meat, hitting yourself head on the same brick, voting for the same idiots that put you in this predicament in the first place. Just going to say that. However, the one thing I can't stand, beyond all anything, is that when somebody clearly has experienced horrors and horrific things and then go out to exact the same horrific things to someone else, knowing what it feels like. How could you do that? You see how bothered everybody was about the Super Bowl halftime show last year. How are you going to join in on that? When the people you talking about really didn't have much to say about our halftime show. How does that work? Make me understand. Put me in the chat. Tell me something, chat. Tell me, Stoutsiders, make that make sense. In all of the history of blackdom, where does that make sense? That you're trashing someone else's culture that might also be yours, mind you, because as we well know, Latin American culture has waves of African culture in it. While the face of Latin America may not be this face, I assure you this face is all through Latin America. Make no mistake about it. So while you sitting there talking about, I don't even understand the Spanish and this, that, the other, depending on where you live, I know you're around Hispanic people. You didn't take the time to learn the language. That's on you. That's your fault. And I'm speaking from experience because I don't speak Spanish that well. Yo necesito but I don't speak Spanish that well. But here we go, crying about you not understanding what was going on. Did you not understand the vibe? Did you not understand the message? Did you not understand the show? Them starting off, cutting in the sugarcane fields, then going home. Then he falls into the roof and sees people watching the Super Bowl halftime show. Then he leaves, ends up at a bodega in New York because there's a lot of Puerto Ricans in New York. A wedding, a real one, an actual wedding was taking place during the Super Bowl halftime show. But to celebrate unity and family, or the uniting of families and the celebration thereof, the dreams and aspirations of the little ones to be like him. That's why he handed that little boy the Grammy, because even you could get one if you put the time and work in. And then at the very end, he comes out with not only the American flag, but every flag of the Americas. And oh, by the way, racist, America is a Spanish word. Yes. America. Spanish word. California. Spanish word. Santa Clara. Spanish word. Los Angeles. Spanish word. San Diego. Spanish word. Morons. And last but not least, I'm sure you've heard it ad nauseum already, but I'm going to say it one more time. Puerto Ricans es tu americano. Sí. They are Americans. I didn't hear nobody crying about The Who. I didn't hear anybody crying about U2. I didn't hear anybody crying about Rihanna. None of those. Y'all were begging for Drake to be a Super Bowl halftime show. I ain't hear nobody complain about Drake being a halftime show when he's Canadian. I ain't hear nobody complain about The Weeknd, who isn't American. Coldplay, not American. Paul McCartney, not American. Shakira, not American. Jennifer Lopez is American. Y'all didn't like her Super Bowl halftime show. I wonder what it is that makes people get angry when Americans perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. Usher's American. Kendrick Lamar's American. Beyonce's American. What could it possibly be that makes y'all get your drawers knotted up around your nuts about America being represented in a halftime show? The only thing I'm going to say, last but not least, before I go off the air, because I got things to do and I'm hungry. When you're racist, it is affecting your health. Because all that hate festers. All that anger ruins you. That's why you age like milk. Because you got all that hate in you. And this is, like I said, this is not to everybody. This is to racist people of all shapes, creeds, and colors. That's why you're 48 and look 68. That's why you're sick as a dog despite eating better, so to speak. That's why no matter what you try to do to accomplish something meaningful in your life, you still feel unfulfilled because you're miserable. Because you're measuring yourself to something that needs not be measured. You don't have to measure yourself to anybody. Measuring yourself to anybody under any circumstance makes you miserable. You could be inspired by what people accomplish, but you know, you see the skin color of that person accomplishing something and then hate them for it. I'll give you an example of white people that I truly respect and admire for seeing the excellence of some black people. Not every black person is excellent, and just like not every white person is excellent. But I am pointing out this white person who saw black excellence and wanted that excellence for himself. And he went there and he took it for himself and still showed the respect to the people he admired is Eminem. Shout out to him. Talks about Big Daddy Kane, talks about Rakim, talks about LL Cool J. That man, in the presence of those dudes, you've seen if you watched any of the videos with Eminem talking about or even being in the presence of those dudes, you will see that this dude feels like somebody meeting LeBron James for the first time, somebody meeting Michael Jordan for the first time, somebody meeting Steph Curry for the first time, or Kevin Durant, or meeting Muhammad Ali. He's in awe of those men, respectfully. Not a fanboy, but legitimately out of admiration and respect for what these men accomplished, and knowing that these are the people that inspire him to want to do it himself without hating them in the process. Knowing that his life wasn't great as a white kid growing up in Detroit. He didn't use the success of black people to hate them. He used that success of black men to want to be like them. And once he became like them, he didn't just go on and then enrich his family and enrich other white people. He then went on and put on the black people that were behind him and put them on along with him and uplifted a bunch of black people as well as some white people. I don't expect him not to. That doesn't make him racist for uplifting white people along with him. But knowing and recognizing that he is utilizing a black art form to enrich himself, and recognizing that and then doing what he possibly can to enrich black people further is what you're supposed to do, because you know you are a guest in that house. You better bring something with you to the party. Don't come empty-handed. That's the rules of the road. Okay? So, for those of us who thought of us thought we superior to anyone else, shame on you. Stop crying. It's not for you. If you don't like the vibes, it's not for you. Turn it off. Just like this show. It ain't for you. These vibes ain't for you. Turn it off. Unsubscribe me now. I teach black kids. I teach white kids. I teach Hispanic kids. I teach Asian kids. I teach Arab kids. I teach Indian kids. I don't have any Russian kids that I teach, but if they existed in my atmosphere, I teach them too. And I'm unapologetically black. And I'll tell my kids that I'm not ashamed to be black and that I'm happy to be black. But I'm also going to tell my students, don't be ashamed of who you are either, because you have a rich history and culture your damn self. Don't be ashamed of that. Don't hide it. Embrace it and love it. Show everybody what it's about so that we all could appreciate it. Samoan natives, black natives, show it. Show the culture so that way we can appreciate it. And if anybody's got something negative to say about your culture, obviously they're not cultured. And feel pity for them to think that their culture is better than your culture when you have a good culture yourself. I'm talking to the non-racist people. Okay? I'm sick and tired of this racist nonsense. And yes, the president of the United States is racist. And if you don't like the fact that I said that, you might want to look in the mirror and check yourself. Because he's shown us time and time again he is, but some of y'all refuse to see it. And for those of y'all who want to point out that other politicians are racist as well, yes. But they're smart enough not to expose it like that. And like I always tell people, I'd rather dance with someone who doesn't want to sleep with me than try to make somebody dance with me who doesn't want to dance. There's a difference. I'm trying to force somebody to do something that they're not willing to do at all, versus I'm doing something with somebody that's not willing to do something further and beyond what I'm trying to do at the moment. At least I'm getting something. At least I'm dancing with somebody. I'm not on the dance floor just by myself. I'm dancing with someone. Even though I hope to sleep with them later, and they don't want to do that, oh well, I didn't get that. Fine. It's okay. At least I danced. At least I was not dancing by myself. Get your brains right. Get your knowledge up, because y'all all are ignorant as bad. Okay? And I'm going to put it just like that, education-wise. Y'all are ignorant as bad. I'm about to get off of here. So, like I said, I'm hungry. Guys, I appreciate your time. If you like what you heard, go ahead and click that subscribe button and that like button. That way you can get every bit of information that I put out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Guys, have a nice day. Be the best you. Class is Stoutt. Whoa. We gotta...